Hi, I'm Jono. Welcome back to the 3 steps to becoming the best version of yourself. Last time we covered love yourself. Step 2, hold yourself accountable is what we're going over today. Hold yourself accountable. How to do this is to think, what have you done, what are you doing, and what can you do? So the first step is, what have you done? This comes from self-reflection. You should always be in a constant state of self-reflection, thinking about what you've done, only focusing on yourself and your actions. This system helps you with anything that you're doing now or anything that you've done in your past. For me, I was an addict, okay? So what have I done? I was making horrible choices. What am I doing? I'm not making those choices anymore. What can I do? I can continue to do things to ensure that I don't make those choices in the future. So, continuing with, what have I done? Analyze yourself, accept yourself, and fix things when applicable, when you can. Some of the actions that you've taken in your life, there's just no fixing, right? They're done. You've made bad choices. You've hurt people in your life. You can't go and undo those actions. What you can do is analyze them. Why did I do it? How can I be better? Accept the fact that you've done it. Accept yourself for who you are. And then maybe fix that part of yourself so you make sure that you don't do it again. And constantly show gratitude. This is the hard part, right? How do you show gratitude for being an addict? How do you show gratitude for hurting the people around you? How do you show gratitude for stealing something, right? So you show gratitude by being grateful for what you are and the things that you've learned, okay? I'm grateful that I'm here today and I'm no longer there. I'm grateful that I've learned that lesson and that I no longer have to do it anymore. Okay, next step. What are you doing? How to analyze what you're doing is to only focus on what you are doing. A lot of times during an argument or during things in our lives, we say that we were doing something because somebody else was doing it, right? Or I was acting this way because somebody else was acting that way. However, you need to stop with the but, right? I act this way, but no, just stop at the but. Only focus on what you're doing, okay? Because what you're doing is what you have control of. It doesn't matter what anyone else does. It only matters what you do. Only focus on that, because you and your actions are the only thing you can change, all right? Assess the consequences of your actions, all right? Once you make an action, once you make a decision to do something, there's going to be consequences. You have to realize that and gauge if it's worth taking those actions or not, all right? These always lead me to the life review theory, which says that when we die, we have a life review, which follows us from birth to death, showing us our actions from the point of view of the people that we interacted with, okay? Now, if we can live our lives thinking like that, then we will say, am I making decisions now that affect other people in a positive way or a negative way, okay? And then you can focus on, well, how do I want to see myself? Do I want to see myself making the right choices or making the wrong choices? And then the consequences of your actions there, when you're thinking about that, are prevalent and you don't make the wrong decision. The last part here is, what can you do, okay? So once you've figured out what you've done and what you're doing because of it, what do you do in the future? What do you do now? You can continue to make those choices. You can continue to take actions to make sure you don't make those choices again, okay? And once you've done that, you want to be open and honest, but tactful, okay? You don't want to go around just saying your truth if it's going to hurt other people's feelings. Make sure that you're open and honest, but tactful. Make sure that what you're doing is not going to hurt other people. And as a caveat to that, be kind to those around you, okay? Find ways to be kind to people around you and help as many people as you can. Once you've mastered these first 2 steps, this step comes natural, okay? Thank you for listening. Go to www.thenorin.com or find my YouTube channel, Jono Norin, or you can find my videos on TikTok. If you have any questions, go to the website, send me an email, jono@thenorin.com. All right, thank you. Have a good day. I love you.